I had to show y'all this clip because when I'm talking about how we see things, you know, when we talk with such bass in our voice and such bravado, and then we got a example of what you should or should not do in a given situation, I would need to know, is this folding, man? I really need to understand, is this folding?
Run! It's a stampede!
DJ Ham the Stampede.
DJ Ham the Stampede.
So this is the show from Wednesday, right? And we're talking about a scenario where there's a bigot for a principal, right? I assume the person's white or whatever the person is. They weren't black and they were racist, you know, and by therefore, you know, pushing it or using it against people, this person was a bigot and a principal at the school. So we asking, yo, what would you do? What do you do in this particular situation if your kid is going to said school? Right? Salute to my brother August, right? He said, you know, his whole thing, right? Men are in charge. The single mother-led households is the detriment. Section 8 destroyed us, right? The women don't listen, right? The nuclear family is key, right? And men should lead those families. So now we have a tangible scenario, and I want to play y'all his take on it to see what y'all think.
Sound like what?
Now remember the context: respect and competition. And understanding those things and how they manifest and what they look like. All right?
August was addressing this. If he's letting his students know that this is what you're going to deal with, now, what can he do any further? Well, what he can go to is talk to the superintendent and address that principal. So you go over that principal's head, talk to the superintendent on some racist issues and examples that he's been dealing with that has been coming across, and make sure he drops a dime on that goddamn principal is what he needs to be doing in order to address that issue and making it aware.
Well, so I guess I need to put Hank Moore up here because I asked him. He just saying this is what you're gonna face and navigate that accordingly. I guess by navigation he meant do something about it.
Yes, you have to. You
I just wonder why didn't August say that part, right? That was
because I'm not a teacher. I don't got the prescriptions on how to handle.
You have how not? You're a parent, and if everything starts at home, why don't you know how to navigate the principals, the superintendent, the board of education? I mean, why that doesn't make sense?
Because we talking about a person that works on as a staff in this environment. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like
Hank is a dad. Hank is a dad. Hank is a dad.
I know Hank is a dad, but I think that the idea that I'm supposed to create this is a professional we talking about here, right? We got somebody that's hold on a second, Tiff, please. We talking about hold on. We talking about a professional here. And this is my point. We talking about a professional here. This guy does this for a living. This is his job. This is his passion. Children are his passion, right? Hold on. Somebody got echo. Oh, children are his passion, right? So the children being his passion, he has a subject matter expert on how to navigate this far superior than what I can do as a parent. Because I don't know about his superintendent. I'm not familiar on what Hank did was he just gave a prescription, which I think was a damn good job for somebody who should be giving us the prescription.
Hank isn't a teacher.
I know, that's what I'm trying to say. I say Hank did a good job by giving us a prescription, but I don't think that it's Hank's job. It wouldn't be on Hank to give that prescription, even though he did. So to expect me to give a prescription just I'm a parent that's ridiculous.
But what it is though, you're under. All right, so you got kids in the school. The principal is being a bigot, right? And so he's exuding particular behaviors that are detrimental to the students. Your kids go there. Just to make sure y'all have the understanding. Hink says, nah, go at him. Get him fired, bored, or whatever. August said, I'm a layman. I don't know anything about that. Right? As a father, mind you, as a father, right? Because we're always saying it starts at home, right? Remember, the same conversation they were saying, who cares what they do in terms of removing different monuments and statues for black history and etc. Right? Because it's our job to teach our kids, right? You take that mindset, bring it to your kid being mistreated in school. I don't know is not an answer. It's not my job is the most disgusting answer you can give. Let's keep going. They're prepared. Your kids would be by proxy underserved because you haven't took the time to use all this AI to understand how to combat a racist bigot principle. That's not good.
I beg to differ. I think that I would combat it in a different. I think that I would combat it in a different way. Not specifically. I could beat him up, but not specifically dealing with his the person that's superior to him, the superintendent. I would combat it in a different way, just letting my children know, hey, you know, or moving them out of school, out of that school. If I see a racist principal and that comes to my knowledge, I'm definitely pulling my son out of the school, and I can go put him in another school. That's how I would combat it. So it's not just one prescription.
You gonna teach him to run?
Out of that school, if I see a racist we just let him.
So August says that if there's a racist teacher principal, here's what he's gonna do.
My children know, hey, you know, or moving them out of school, out of that school. If I see a racist principal and that comes to my knowledge, I'm definitely pulling my son out of the school, and I can go put him in another school. That's how I would combat it. So it's not just one prescription.
You gonna teach him to run?
Teach him to run. I'm gonna teach him to pick his battles wisely.
You gonna teach him to run?
I'm gonna teach him to pick his battles wisely. That's what I'm teaching.
What does that mean?
Not all things need to be fought.
You gonna teach him to run? So he got his friends, he got his family there, he got his. Come on.
Hey, you gotta pick your battles wisely,
come on.
You gotta know when to hold them and when to fold them. My grandma used to tell me that.
Here's the thing, though, August. This is a real issue. You should.
Gonna teach him to run? They're being mistreated at a school. Bigotry. Pull my child out, send him to another school. What about competing? What about respect? What about holding your ground?
Know as much as the person that's being the facilitator. You are the parent. Those kids are in partnership. You and the teacher have to come together, and that teacher and you should be aware of what the student needs. So the teacher, the principal, all of these other things, the most important thing that you as a parent can be is absolutely engaged to their education. So there is a flaw and a failure when we feel like he's a superior or knows
exactly
more. On the back end, potentially, yes. But what that student needs, the parent and the teacher are in partnership.
I mean, I know my children's teacher. We are in partnership, but the idea of me being so ingrained in what's going on with the school that I can tell that that's a racist teacher from the limited interactions that I have with his principal, because I only have I don't have my son's teachers on text messages where we talking every goddamn day, and they let me know that they teach that their boss is a damn racist. That's not probable and realistic, but I am very, very involved in what's going on with my children in school. That they teachers love us, me and my wife.
Yeah, I don't know, man. My kids get a different response because of they daddy walking to school a lot.
Same.
You know, but I'm not.
I'll be there.
I'm not fleeing though. Like that don't even make sense. I just think that we have to be edified in these things. That's how they bamboozle us all the time, right?
Maybe
because I was just addressing the bigots. You know, I think we could deal with them pretty head on. But if we're agreeing that there's racism still prevalent, right? That's a systematic approach to a thing. You know, so. How do we?
I just don't think that. I don't think that we're in a position. We're too fractured. I just don't think. If I had a bunch of dads around here, the black dads around here, that I can call on and be like, "Hey, let's rally this shit up. We got a racist teacher here, a racist principal. Let's get this motherfucker out of here." Sure, I don't got that. Our culture is fucking fractured. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of internal work to do, and that's not gonna be for years down the line unless we get our mind together.
I'm just trying to figure out, like, why you think what does this fracture got to do with us being able to have a conversation about accountability amongst our people? But also make sure that we keep America honest. Why do we got to pick
them niggas don't give a fuck about what we say, bro. We got to force them. They don't give a fuck about our crying and complaining. They don't give a fuck about that shit, though. We got to make them do it. You got to be on some Malcolm X shit that you got 100 niggas and you just tell them.
August, you ever...
Listen to that, bro. That we have to have a herd to even defend our kids. Think about that. I don't have enough black dads with me. Huh? They doing something to your kid, remember? Your kid is experiencing racism and bigotry, remember? It's time to be the spearhead. That's how that works. Your kid is in trouble, remember? Now remember, compete, respect, understanding. Let's keep going.
You ever went fishing before?
Yeah, like once or twice. I'm not a big fisherman, but I've done it before.
So you ever notice if you ever throw a rock in a pond, how it can create ripples?
Yeah.
One rock. That's all it takes.
Yeah.
It's all it takes is you. You as an individual, you can create ripples. You realize that, right?
I agree, man. I totally agree. Right. Yes, I do. I agree. I'm not saying that it can't. It's not. I'm not saying that it's impossible. But I'm saying the probability of it, if I were to go to war with this school, the probability of me being successful and going to war with this principal would be far more successful if I had a bunch of dads behind me.
I mean, I agree with that.
That's all I'm saying.
But what I'm saying is you can be the creator of the ripple, right? You can start the process, and then other fathers or other parents can see you're serious about that and start to acknowledge. Maybe they
that's possible.
You're the only one aware of it, right? And now you go in there filing reports. Now you're making these other parents aware, so now they're going to get on the same team as you and going to be, saying, and do whatever they got to do. Whether sign us a petition or whatever the case may be. We're going to all go down to the superintendent's office and file a grievance if that's what we got to do, though. And guess what? You might even have teachers willing to sign up.
Idealistically speaking, that would be the best outcome. Idealistically, but I have this thing called forethought, so I could kind of like get an idea of how things will turn out and where to allocate my time and where my time will be best allocated. And if I had the back end that I would want to do it, I would think that my time would be best allocated going to war with them like that. But potentially, yeah, idealistically, yeah, that could happen, but let's be realistic though. A lot of people ain't gonna try and hear what the fuck I got to say because I'm a black man, even if I'm a black father. They don't really respect it yet.
That is
you a content creator.
That's the yo. That is the.
Hey, if I gotta look, I'm open-minded enough to be, to what's the word you used earlier? I keep fucking forgetting it, man. I want it part of my repertoire. When you impart knowledge on somebody.
When you
edify? I forgot what you said. When you impart edify. I'm open to being edified. I'm not starched on this, but these are my thoughts.
Damn, man, it's bigger than Nino Brown,
you
baby.
A content creator. Oh no, man. You're a content creator, so you believe people don't listen to you when you start the page, right?
What?
Now, it's the problem. We're talking about if a group of men, not of our cohort, heard this, what do you think they're gonna think about us? I need a bunch of people to go with me to go to war for my kid. I remove my kid from his environment. I just run away from the issue. See, now this the problem. Who gonna respect you after that? You unwilling to compete or fight. Huh? I'm just moving my kid to another school, what some magnet school, some charter school. And as the school is, we just making it up, right? What if it's modern day though? Right? What if it's Gonzaga? What if it's Benjamin Banneker? I just remove my kid when he got the best environment? What if it's Don Bosco? I just move him? Is this fuck? Let me play this. Let me read these real quick. Truth with the $5 says, Hamp, you are way too soft with these dudes, man. And you know how our pops carried us. No excuses, only adjustments. Accountability starts with self first. Indeed, man. See, you be telling me that. They be saying I be too hard on the brothers. Facts over feelings. Houston was popping with the $10 says, recommendation for the fellas. A lot of schools have a watchdog program where fathers can volunteer a few times a year to spend a day at the school, meeting staff, working with their children, etc. Yep. And yo, facts, you don't even need, first off, yes, 100%. And also, you can just schedule a time to sit in. You know what I mean? Like, parents have a lot of these options because you literally fund it with your property taxes, but great offering, because that's an organized thing for people who need like the other fathers around. I see what you was addressing. Okay. Black Dawn with the 10 ounces. Michael H. August still got Similac on his breath. It's reason why his beard still ain't full developed and doesn't connect. Oh, damn. I don't know if you actually said what Black Dawn said you said, Mike. Keeps it 100 with the $5 says, for today's goal. Thank you. Deucey with the $5 says, for the goal. Salute. And I got my brother Little Rock. Let's hear a little bit more of this.
You a content creator, right?
Yeah, I create content. Yeah,
Why?
because I have a message and thoughts and ideas I want to get out, and I want to get paid for it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So why this thing we talking about now? You concerned that people not gonna hear you, but you're a content creator.
What you mean concerned that people are not going to hear me? What does that have to do with anything?
When we were talking about being able to talk, have this message too. You were saying people not gonna. You was talking about the schools, they're not gonna listen to you.
You saying that because I create content and drop videos
No, I'm
3
saying
times a day.
you get your message off in YouTube. It's kind of, I'm saying it's not a similar action what you would do for the school, getting your thoughts and ideas out to the people that you're dealing with. It wouldn't be the same thing.
I think that it quite possibly would be the same thing, but I don't think that my energy directed towards this specific fight is where my energy should be totally allocated. I think that my energy is better allocated doing other shit. That's why I wouldn't take that fight, especially because I don't have the back. It's not that I don't think I can fucking win a fight. I just don't think that it's worth me going and fighting that like that, personally.
I thought you said something about
education versus education.
Well, my son's teacher, my son's because this is what we're conversating on, right? We're juxtaposing it from fighting this racist principle versus taking him out of that school and moving him. You understand what I'm saying? So the idea is that I should fight this fucking racist principle instead of moving my son.
But they can't do the same thing you could do.
So I should take the fight to that guy right there, right
You
there.
damn right. You damn right.
I'm good, man, because it's gonna be two. I know what it would take for me to have to win it. I would try to win it too, but I'm not.
What do you mean? What do you think?
I would have to commit myself, right? I would have to really commit myself to it, and I could commit myself. I'm committed to all things that I fucking do. That's what I'm trying to say. But I don't think that it's worth.
But aren't you about better than the community, right?
Yeah, but I don't think that they're better than the community. I don't think that me allocating my time to this specific fight is better. It's going to do as much better for the community versus allocating my time doing some other shit. Because I'm going to have to take some time.
Do you believe the children are the future? Shout out to Whitney Houston.
Absolutely.
Okay, well,
absolutely.
If that's the case, do you realize how many other children, black children, are going to be affected by that racist principle? And how much change you could make by getting this principle up out of that school? Do you understand that? So
let's do this, but I put out some content and allocate all my kind of content to change the lives of 100,000 students. No, you can't. Time is finite. I don't have infinite time. I'm barely able to keep on the shit I'm doing right now. See, my to the boxing gym every goddamn day, running these goddamn miles, doing this content 3 videos a day, and I got some other shit that I'm doing now. But I gotta allocate some more time.
There's a thing called sacrifice.
Opportunity cost.
Okay, there may be less time at the gym, more time community. And if you go in there and make that type of change and you're part of the change, man, do you realize since you want to make content, how much content you can get out of that? How much of that's an example.
I don't say I can make some content out of that.
Being a man of your word. You're not just talking about it, you put an action to what you're talking about.
No, like people.
I must have been getting I must have been scheduling my guys or something. Like I didn't hear that part. You got too much other things to do than to allocate time to your child dealing with racism and bigotry. See, they told me this, right? They told me that a man taking care of his own family is good enough. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all remember that. I'm saying, hey, you have time, right? You can help other kids, give back and all that. They said, no, Hamp, you asking for too much. A man taking care of his own family is his responsibility, and that is doing enough for the community. Do y'all remember that? But now my kid, and I don't have time for it. To do because you want to do content. I try to. Most of the time, I don't stream on the weekends. I was doing Sunday nights for a little while. You know, I'll pop up every now and again doing a Saturday. I could stream, make a few more $100, but we busy. The kids. Y'all seen I came on one time to do a stream about the Carmelo Anthony because they released a video. Kids fucked the whole stream up. They like sitting in here with me watching the TV or fake playing a video game. I can't get them niggas out. They like the office, like the cool place, you know what I mean? Because they kind of come in here limited, you know what I mean? So when they get to come in here, they love this shit. And
people do story times all the time where they're like, "Hey, first day of me trying to get my son's racist principal fired," and just do like daily updates. I've seen that type of content. So I mean, I
don't do that type of content. My content is niche specific. So if I throw out some other type of content in this niche that I'm in, the people that follow my shit will be like, "What the fuck is this?" But that's how it. But listen, we're talking about. I want y'all to keep in mind that we're talking about.
What's wrong with doing something different though? What's wrong with introducing something different? I love my kids. This is me being a father, a family man, and me doing what I need to do for best for my kids. Not only for my kids, but my community's kids. Mm-hmm. What's wrong with you? You can have that one video talk about. You think all of a sudden your followers gonna stop following you because you posted one video about you making a change?
It's not about them. No, it's not about that. It's just that if I were to post that video that you're talking about, it wouldn't go as far as you think it would.
Who cares?
Right. So what's the point of doing it?
The point is that
it's to say that I did it. That's what I'm trying to say. So I should allocate my time to do it.
The point of you doing is you showing you helping your community.
So it's just to say that I did it. Even though it don't go nowhere, nobody sees it. I should just do it.
Who cares?
Okay.
It's to put it out there, August, because there's a lack of family units. If you have a complete family unit, you, your wife, your kids, you're doing.
I should put that out there.
Hold on. You're doing content creation. You're taking care of your family. One of the things that you do, even if you do a short of showing yourself where the kids are, where you're doing work, that putting that out permeates this. It may be 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 Black men that see August doing the work with his family, with the successful channel. That becomes a positive influence. And what is going on, I think a lot of Black people are doing well, but we're doing well at the sake of, I'm good, I don't care about what happens to other people. And you can't pick everybody up and you can't take everybody with you, but there is a sense of responsibility that even if you're doing well, the very least that you could do is particularly show. Like this is odd to me. Because you are the number one person that talks about Black people, Black families, and sticking together, but you don't want to put that kind of content out. Because that's
the fact is, it's worse than that. That he's only looking to put out shit that's going to get a lot of views and likes. Sometimes you're going to put some shit out that 20 people may only like it. Who cares? It's the message that you put in there. Guess what? 10 years from now, somebody may see this like, well, hold on.
You're misunderstanding, Hank. You're misunderstanding what it is that I'm saying. I put the message.
Just clout chasing.
No, I put the message of the nuclear family into my content. I put the message about all of the things that in the Black community in my content. But the specific, because I do reaction content, so the specific niche of what I'm talking about is, let's say that I would take a camera and bring it. This is how dedicated I am to shit. Because I think the shit out, right? If I'm gonna put action to this, I take a camera and I go take it to the goddamn school and say, hey guys, I'm about to try and get this racist principal out of my motherfucking child's school. That ain't gonna do the type of content I do is the people that watch my content are gonna be like, what the fuck? When you do start holding the camera up and walking through schools? You know what I'm saying? So it's not the fact of not getting
it for your family. It's not even about content. This is truth be told, this shouldn't be about content.
We're talking about content.
It's the August. It's the betterment for your kids, and the kids is gonna come behind you to get these type of individuals out of the school system. We don't need them in our school system. You shouldn't be worried about doing it for content. Fuck the content. Your children are more important, and the betterment.
Well, we're talking about content. That's what y'all was saying, that I should put the content.
I really don't give a shit about the content.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
But
I didn't bring that shit up. Fucking Shy brought that shit up. Okay. But go ahead.
But nonetheless, dog, you should be doing it just because it's affecting your kids and it's affecting your community. That's the reason why you should be doing it, not for views and likes and clouts.
Yeah,
right. Do it because it's going to help your kids and other people's kids. That's why you should be doing it. Now, whether you get content out of it, that's just a cherry on top. But the first priority should be your children. That's what it would be for me.
I got a question though. If my first priority is my children, would I get the same equal outcome from fighting this damn principal who's racist than moving them to a better school? Just as far as my children is concerned. God, I'm just asking you.
I don't like this.
It's a simple. Shit. It ain't no talking. I'm asking you a question. Would I get the same outcome for my children? Because we just talking about just what's in the basis and the best interest of my children. We're not talking about the children after them. Just my children. Would I get the same outcome from removing them from a racist principal to a better school than I would fighting them?
I want to interject.
I'm asking Anchor question. Hold on. I'm asking you a question.
Crazy. This again. I don't like weak men.
I'm not weak.
God, this sounds weak.
I'm not weak. I'm not weak.
August, I'm telling you, this sounds weak. I'm going to tuck my tail and run and get my kids up. I'm going to take my ball and go home. Instead of fighting this bully, because that's what this principal is, a goddamn bully. You rather, fuck this, I'm going. I can't fight.
You pick,
bullshit,
I pick my
man.
battles. I pick my battles.
This is a battle you should be picking. This don't even just affect your kids. What about them other kids? You might have nieces and nephews in the school.
You got faculty and staff that are black in there. They need to fight that battle.
They can't afford to pick up and go off and run to another school like you can. They got to sit there and suffer the next 4 years of high school or 3 years of middle school or 5 years of elementary. And this is your solution? Well, I'm going to keep on. What if you go to this next school and you got the same goddamn principal? You going to run again?
Yeah.
Yo,
God damn.
Yeah.
That sounds weak, though.
Yeah, you fucking bro. Listen, y'all don't understand.
Let me play this real quick. I'm gonna let Hank keep cooking because this stream had got cut off at night, so I don't know if everybody saw it. Hold on. I just do my screen. Hold on, I messed my screen up.
Y'all don't understand that I'm not gonna sit here and tell y'all I'm gonna take a fight to somebody that I'm not gonna fucking do it. That's why I'm telling you that. If I would have, then I would fucking do it. I'm not doing it, bro. I don't think that that's worth it. They got faculty, they got black people that are faculty. That's their job to do that shit. I am a patron here.
Devin, you agree with this bullshit?
Devin don't gotta agree with me.
No, I need to know.
No, I would fight it. The difference I would say is, like, for instance, I think we fought this a little bit when I was growing up. Is like, there's always, you have to start like at 9th grade. You got to get in certain courses to be on a certain track to make sure once you're a senior, you're starting to take those, like, get those credits for like college. So if like something like that was happening and I'm being held out by somebody and I can't get into that, then I might transfer, because at that point I can't. It's gonna be hard to beat that system to catch up at that point, because it's a crucial thing that's gonna be detrimental to my child. But if it's something that I can like stay there and fight through and he can survive by putting his head down and me handling it, then I'll do it. I think in that situation, I feel like it's a little bit nuanced.
Yeah, I'm not putting my son through that. His education is important to me, so I'm gonna just move him to the way he got to go to get that damn education. He ain't going to this fight.
Yeah, if it's gonna negatively affect my child's education immediately and I can't overcome in the future,
it's definitely going to do that.
Then I'm gonna do it.
I'm
but if I can fight it then and there within there, then I'll do the fight. So because why would I expect a racist principal to be able to educate my son properly and me fighting that? I'm not doing that. I want my son to get the best education he can, and I ain't got time to be trying to force a motherfucker to give him a good education. I'm gonna move him to where he got to go to get a better education. Racist and stupid, whatever the case may be, I'm just gonna move it out of there.
Shad, what was the name of the lady in Arkansas that she integrated that school?
What y'all think, man? This is crazy, son. Like, yeah, I was definitely doing something. Cause I was listening, but it sounds crazier now that I'm not like distracted. Damn, that shit sound. What the? Let's keep going. And like, I'm watching this shit for the first time. Yeah.
Is it Ruby Bridges? I don't want to get the name wrong, but there are people that literally integrated schools so that we would be able to have access to a better education.
Yeah. No, I've talked to my family.
So no one's asking you to even put it in hard. Right. They're literally saying, my concern is like with Hink. Okay, so the first school, the principal is a racist, you move your kid. Okay, the second school you move to, the teacher doesn't like it, you move your kid. The third, like, you're setting a pattern of leaving when hardships come. That's not good for your children, and it's also not good for the betterment of Black people, because you may be the only or a few of Black men that will stand up and say the way that you're behaving with these kids is unacceptable, and as Black men, we're not going to take it. We're going to treat our children appropriately.
Oh no, that shit. Yo, this what I'm saying, man. Yo, Hank, man, the castration of men is at an all-time high.
Come on,
like
dog.
that shit.
I can't. This is crazy.
I can't.
I said it earlier. We some weak ass, soft ass parents, and what August is displaying is a soft move, dog. That is weak, dog.
Go
Ain't
fight the
goddamn
principal.
way I'm gonna keep running and running. No, hell no. Oh,
Bruh.
you never deal with bullies, have you? You never
Yeah,
deal with
man.
bullies.
Fuck yeah, I deal with bullies, man. We box, bro.
God
Me and all
damn.
my sons, we box, bro.
So
We
hold on, you teaching your son
day.
to fight, but this ain't what you teaching.
Bro,
They
that's what I'm
run
trying
it.
to tell you.
You
It's not
teaching
a
your boy
good.
to run.
Right,
When
y'all
he
looking at it. Y'all
he's
looking
not
at it
dealing
as
with
running.
adversity. You showing your boy if it gets hard, pick up and run.
No,
You're not
my
dealing
nigga,
with
that's
adversity.
not what I'm saying. Y'all are taking this one scenario and y'all are trying to ascribe this idea onto me just based off of how I would handle this one scenario. I'm telling you that there are certain battles that you gotta pick. It's not that I wouldn't go to war with a motherfucker. I go to war with any motherfucker, dog.
Well,
but
why
I
would
pick
you?
my
Okay, but why would you pick
because
your
I
kids?
gotta pick my battles wisely, dog.
But this is a
You gotta
battle you
understand,
should be fighting, though.
That's your perspective. That's your
Okay,
perspective,
you're
but you gotta understand. You gotta understand
You're
that
right.
God, listen,
It's
God,
mine.
listen.
It's mine.
Yeah, it's your perspective, but God gave me dominion and authority over all that I have right here, and I'm the one that he trusts is to allocate it because he keeps increasing me. I keep tending to what he gave me the correct way, and he keep increasing me. Right? So I'm telling you that it's not in my best interest. It's not that I can't fight this motherfucker, because I'm a motherfucker that would. But I'm telling you that I don't think that is the most beneficial. And if we're talking about projecting to the people, to the men that's out there, I don't expect you to try and take on every fucking battle. I think that it's important that you pick your battles fucking wisely. Just because you feel just to make a statement.
But
Go
August,
ahead.
you heard what your reasons is? You said because it's not going to create content. Nobody's going to view it.
No, I didn't. That was that nigga that said that shit, bro.
Okay.
I was just
could be
explaining
wrong.
to you.
Okay.
I was just,
cool.
no, all I was saying was
August,
I was just saying
cool.
that it's just a separate
I got you, brother. I got you.
Okay.
You also said I'm not going to do it because I don't have the time, because it's going to take away from me boxing at the gym or training and working out. Come on, dog. Really?
I was talking to you about allocating my time effectively. That's what I was saying. And I know that my time would be more allocated effectively doing the shit that I'm already doing as it permeates for the black community, not just my children, but for the black community, doing what it is that I'm doing. I would have to stop something and then allocate time to that, realistically speaking. And I'm telling you that I don't think that that's the best benefit of my time, even though y'all feel like it's going to make a great statement, whether I win, lose, or draw. And I'm the type of nigga, I don't give a fuck. Win, lose, or draw, I'm going to war. I don't give a fuck if I'm on it. That's all I'm saying to you.
He's the biggest man I've ever seen. I wouldn't want to fight him.
He know he can beat the shit out of me.
No.
Know he can fuck me up.
It's a quote.
He's referring to Troy.
Oh, my bad.
That's why nobody will remember your name. It's a movie quote. I don't have all my clips uploaded in Ecamm. I don't know. Opposition, competition, respect, racism. I'm a firm believer you tend to meet those things head on. Directly. You address them directly. The people thoroughly understand where you stand. Certain fights need to be fought, right? I think I understand this overarching point where you want to pick and choose, right? We just had an example of that. As it comes to your children, their schooling, somebody being a bigot towards them, I never thought I think of a father letting that slide. Trigger Mike said a thing, right? He said that, you know, when kids get kidnapped, when they with their moms, they never ever get kidnapped when they with their dad. But as I continue to understand certain sentiments that are shared regarding how men should show up in the earth, these tropes are getting weaker by the moment. We literally made so many concessions. It's a shame. It's a shame. It's a shame. Really, it really is a shame, bro.